What's up, Rob? Sell everything, buy everything. Nah, Mark still good, man. Mark still doing pretty good. Sorry I woke up late this morning. What's up, Eli? Yeah, just an alarm went off, rolled over, closed my eyes for a minute, went right back to sleep, apparently. Woke up about 20 minutes later. I'm like, oh, okay. Guess I needed some more sleep. So yesterday was pretty interesting, kind of in a way that Bitcoin was doing on the hourly. What's it doing on the hourly? Oh, this stuff? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. We're kind of, I mean, you would think we end up in a spike lower out of that situation. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's not. Yeah, it's a lot of infighting going on right there. Look at the volume aggregation tool to get back up, but it's been lower highs and lower lows. Yeah. SKX. What's that one? Oh, Skechers. They have a rule that Dan Zanger has recently found out about. So you take the first 30 minutes and you combine it if it clears the high of that 30 minutes on volume, on a volume increase. So there's that 30-minute high, 85, 85, 86, 85, 90, something like that. Not $86, whatever. And yeah, if it gets above that and has some volume behind it, then you can get involved. Other than that, not much to do with that until then. I did pull triggers on my GLD trade yesterday. If a gap down, I'll buy, but I didn't, so I bought it a little bit higher. I did change my resolution to 720p. I can try to go back to 1080, but I don't know how that's going to work. Um, Let me give it a kilobits per second, and I'm dipping pretty low in cases. My drop frames are 28%, which isn't the end of the world. So if I go any lower, it's gonna be bad. All right, so I pulled triggers on that. Let's go check out what's working today. UPLD, a big move this morning on some volume. Um, Ascending base didn't work out so well on this one. This could be a return day if this continues right now for sure. Look at that. That's some super good volume coming in. Already broken out of a range, up 3.5%, almost 4%. That one, so good stuff here. Sand, I missed this one. I was watching the match and I missed Sand. I was kind of eyeballing Sand even the day before. Look at that right there. And then a huge pocket pivot day yesterday. That was the day you wanted out of this base. Oh well. Another consolidation, another day. Shop, doing pretty good. There's your trend line that I have drawn up here. You can see we're above it. We tested it twice. Off we go. And Sand does have earnings coming up. Looks like a week or two, 8-1. Cyber, bought this one on this breakout. I actually reduced yesterday at a break-even point. So hopefully my remaining position can get something. LK I bought this yesterday, actually kind of on some this action towards the end of the day. I was kind of encouraged by it. So I took a very short-term options position on that one for a quick bounce up to 21, which on the daily chart is right there, give or take, 2096. So in theory, if this thing has a good day or two, that'll be a nice trade right there. Pays. What am I going to say? Beyond Meat. I still have an alert. Still looking pretty nice. Look how nice and tight it is against that alert level that I have going on there. That one could be a nice one if that breaks that level. Should have a trade set up for that. How's our volume this morning? ServiceNow looks very nice. Just sitting. Doesn't care. Doing its own thing. Earnings 724. What was that, Monday, Tuesday? Next Wednesday. Earnings are next Wednesday for this name, so please be aware of that. But that's a pretty nice little setup right there. ZTO bouncing back. Atlassian, INSG stalled at that trend line. NBEV, Fox, EPAM still going up. Winnebago still looking healthy. INCY, IIPR. Norfolk Southern. Amazon came back down to the breakout point, found some support, which is good. GH still has yet to rocket. Oh, what just happened? Something was moving and jumping. Twilio looked like it was going to stall out, but it may find some second life here. You've got a nice little higher low right there. That could get jumpy if it breaks that line on some volume. That's at about the 147 level. I was actually going through my best and worst trades for the year so far. This was my best trade. Right there. Boom, boom. Look at that bull flag. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bull flag. Just super, super tight. And then just the obvious continuation here. And it continued, better than it should have. So that's just spectacular. That's just better to be lucky than good. And sometimes you're just lucky. Fat finger position is good. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, yeah. Lyft looks like it's taking a little bit of leadership here from Uber. Pretty good volume this morning, too. There's the 5-minute chart. You have quite a bit of volume coming in right there, so that's not bad as it's breaking over. Very small. It's not even a base, just a little consolidation, but not bad. Oh, Cyber's up there now too, 2.23%. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Twilio, Winnebago, Sherwin-Williams, Chegg, MJ, go to hell, MJ. Cisco, Stars, that's where we were. Stars, actually, I'm kind of liking this thing again. And I don't know, maybe it's more recency bias since I did this. That's 5:30? What the hell? I don't know how to do math. What the hell is 17 minus 2? 15. That's stupid. Yeah, it's 5:30. Okay, not 4:30. Okay, that gives me another hour. Okay. Is it cracking? What about XRP? All right, back to it. Intuit. Okay, there's Stars again. Stars pulling back. Anik, not in a bad place. Anik, not in a bad place. Down on Square. Square looks like it's still consolidating. Nothing bad at all. Look, that's gold looks really good. Funko, Roku, Amran, Snap. Amran looks horrible. And then Overstock. Let's go check the global watch list. What do we miss here? We missed AMC. Movie theaters are coming back, guys. Go buy some popcorn. CFG, VMware coming back. Boot. There's Match. HCC still looking. Now look at Fortinet these days. Wow. Missed that out of the 50-day moving average. Boom. Nice pop-up right there. That would have been a nice trade. I may have taken that one. That's a pretty good one. Pays up there. Cron. Newer. My wife's taken off from Heathrow kind of as we speak. They got an eagle on here. Chicken will work. What's MGLU3? Tried to find the most majestic bird emoji, comma, that's what I found, LOL. Text in here. That's hilarious. She said she's signing off now because they're flying. So I was looking for like an eagle emoji, and I saw a chicken. I'm like, that'll work. So I sent the chicken, and she goes, "Did you just call me the C word?" That's fun. Brazilian stock market. I'm assuming I have to go to TradingView for that one. And look at choppy. This whole thing's been pretty choppy, even Litecoin. Okay. MGLU3. Brazilian stock market. Daily chart. 15,000% in 4 years. Holy crap. Isn't Brazil garbage though? No, wait, that's not Brazil. That's Venezuela. I don't know what I mix up my Latin American countries. I'm not from there. Yeah, that is amazing. That's actually not my wife. That's our friend, and she is hilarious. I just want to look at this for a little bit. Like seriously, that is just ridiculous. That's 30,000%. How the F? How does that even happen? How do I not hear about this? I'm a little pissed. You do 30,000% in 4 years. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I don't know about that. Boom, cup and handle. It's just a cup base. What else we got? It's freaking Eli's fault is really what it is. Nice little cup right there. Kind of a high handle, if you will. Real FOMO. It's a lot of FOMO to be had, Eli. A lot of FOMO to be had. This was earlier this year and it's doubled. That's pretty good. That's tripled. Wow. Okay, what are you asking about? Dates? Big candle on June 14th. Is similar to the one on December 15th. Okay, I have no idea what you want out of this. Those two dates make no sense to me. Unless you want me to look at the monthly. Yeah, please specify a time frame if this is the case, because I'm still stuck on your Brazilian stock market. So I could interpret that as that Amazon's going to buy the Brazilian stock market, which they probably could. Which they probably could. Oh, that's an individual stock. That's not. Okay, I took that as the stock market. You're saying something else. Okay, now I think I get it. Two different stocks, 2 different days. June 14th, this guy. Okay, this makes more sense. I'm like, there's an event. Um, I don't know. This is just shares changing hands. That candle on face value doesn't look like a whole lot. Definitely kind of a largish cup and handle here. And what is this? Magas Louisa? Magas Louisa? What do they do? Huh. Um, you were thinking December 2015. Of course you are. Of course you are. Everyone's going to think about that. In situations like this, I don't know what this company is, but they're probably very, very good at what they do, and they're probably dominating that market space. So, what I've come to the realization of over the past 20 years of looking at this stuff and actively doing this stuff is that when you're looking at a stock and you're looking at the chart, over very long periods of time, there's a distinct difference between the chart and what the company and how what the company is and how it dominates its industry. Amazon's a good example. You can look at Amazon and some of the huge winners of all time. They're going to have different charts, but the thing they have in common is their extreme growth and extreme dominance of that industry. Think Walmart to Amazon. I'm not going to take the time to pull up an example. I don't have a lot of time left, but you can do it yourself. You can look at Walmart and Amazon. They're not going to have the same pattern at the same time in the chart. Okay, because I mean everything's different economically from year to year, let alone decade to decade. So what you want to look at between those two, I mean, look, you're not going to get a 30,000% run. That's extraordinarily rare. Now, being a Brazilian, being I'm assuming a high growth market to afford this 30,000% run, you probably are going to have a few stocks that have massive runs like this. That being said, they have to really dominate that industry. So that's what you want to look for. You want to be like, okay, this market's capable of producing these types of winners. What is the next big thing? Again, going back to Walmart and Amazon, you could almost, actually, now I'm kind of intrigued by that. So let's go to Walmart. And this one I will throw a monthly on. So there's Walmart, and then you can go to Amazon. I'll throw Amazon, and let's see if they just kind of, coincide. So here's 95. So there's 99, 2000. You're going to see Amazon just take off where this one left off is going to be my assumption. So let's see if I'm right. I'm probably right. Okay, so there you go. So there's Walmart, Amazon. So I think that's still Walmart, and I think this is Amazon. So if you go to 1999, which is right there, what you're going to see is, oh, I can't do that. Anyway, you see this thing just explodes out of nowhere, right? So Walmart was massive in the 80s and the 90s, and then Amazon came on after 1999 when the bubble crashed. They crashed, I forget the amount. Then they started their run like 2002, 2003, and really just hasn't given it up. So the market dominance, the market shift is there. Obviously, it's going to be insane. So I don't know. Anyway, so I guess that kind of paints you a picture, right? So this is 1999. Obviously, that last little spike, and so there's your bottom, and then their run. Let's just say their run starts right here, right there. You can just see the major difference. They just take over leadership because Walmart is now an old growth company. Now, I don't know anything about those two companies. Keep this in mind. But Walmart is an old growth company. Amazon is the new growth company, taking over retail, online purchases. By 2009, I guess it was pretty apparent that they were what they were going to be. So, how do they dominate the industry? If you're going to make 4, 5, 6-year investments, that's what I think you should be in. You should be in the next stock that's dominating the biggest industry possible. Apple, Amazon. You know the names. Just pick one and go look at the stock chart, and then try to duplicate that today. If you want these massive runs, which are, these are hard to hold through. I don't know if I could do it, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure if I could. But if you want those results, Lucas, you have to think about what gets those results. It's not a stock chart. It's not in the stock market. It's not a stock chart. It is just the outright dominance of a large sector of the economy. Pretty good. I like that. Thanks for the question. I've had that thought in my head for a very long time. I don't think I've ever spoke those words out loud, but that's a good example of that. All right, beyond at a breakout point. Let's check it out. Are they sitting there? Oh, snap, son. I don't know if I have any cash left. I may be in full gold, which, let's see if I can. Oh, did it trigger? My alert's gone. Oh, I do have some cash left. Sweet. Oh, nice day for me today. I likey. Yeah, Cyber pushed me over the threshold today. Woohoo! LK doing pretty good, up 15%. That's not bad. Square kind of annoying, but still doing good. Cyber still doing good too. Okay, Beyond. Let me throw a trade together for Beyond. Yeah, good volume this morning in Beyond. Okay, so I'm guessing a spike up to 200 is going to be probably what it is. Come on. Come on, stock shed. Spool up, damn it. All right. My fault for not actually spooling it up. I did this yesterday. I spooled it up ahead of time. Not bad there. 38, 25, 21. Okay, so I can go out 28 days. $178.16. I can't quite afford 3 of them. Close, but not quite. Okay, so that's done. Gold coming in today 0.8% down this morning after a stellar day yesterday. Let's see how this goes today. Cyber's pulled in a little bit. It looks like pays Beyond Meat up here. Match.com looks like it's pulled in as well a little bit. LK doing fine, at least for my strategy here. Qualis still not really ready to go. Cyber, Daily movers. Check out some daily movers. GCI, big gap up on earnings, I'm assuming. Crowd also hasn't broken that 30-minute range. NEWM. Newmont Mining, if I remember properly. Skechers, gap up on earnings, still 30-minute play. InBev, that's Budweiser right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's Budweiser. That's a pretty good little gap. I would say 5% on Budweiser is huge. What do you mean little gap, Randy? That's a huge gap. CLF actually was a pretty big winner back in the day and tightening up here on the right side of the chart. E-Trade. Well, they just made some money on me. I just pulled the trigger, so they made some money on me. Thanks for the heads up on Beyond Meat, Eli. Zscaler, looking pretty good. KBR, wow. Nice little gap up there today. Hopefully that can hold up the market. Stalling a little bit, only up 0.12%. Oh, yesterday somebody asked why the TQQ was different than the NQ. It actually was not. I was looking at the NASDAQ. So the TQQ is a derivative of the QQQ. So the TQQ up 0.85% today is a derivative of the QQQ, which should be up, what, 0.3%, 0.34%. So you can, yeah, I think it was performing normally yesterday, but you can see it's not the same as the NASDAQ itself, or the futures at 0.12%, where the Qs are 0.35%. So that's why there was a difference. It was the difference between the QQQ and the NQs. So I didn't notice that until much later in the day. I'm like, wait a minute. Now I know why that wasn't moving. So, good stuff. Gold down 1% today. You're going to take my 8% profit away, gold. You just got to hold above my trend line and all is forgiven. Yeah, that's why, because it's the NQ. It's not. That's not what the TQQ is derived from. So I should have realized that. I didn't. Actually, looks like I was up about 20% on gold yesterday. That's right. I was up 20%. So you take 15% away from me today, GLD. That's okay. Gold can be a little choppy like that, so I'm kind of expecting to be a little weirded out, maybe even slightly red. But where I got in on this, if this is going to play out well, then I probably shouldn't be red much at all from where I purchased this thing from. If this trend line is going to remain intact here, the whole premise of this trade is that this trend line remains intact. If that trend line fails, then all bets are off. Quite literally, all bets are off. So got to keep that trend line intact. Yeah, otherwise I'm out. All right, Square. Square looking fine. No major problems there. Match. Pulling in a little bit, a little more than I'd like. All right. Wife gets into town later today. It's going to be a good day. I miss my family. Don't tell him I said that, though. Don't tell him I said that. Pays. Damn. Beyond Meat. So, some pointed runs in the market. Yesterday, look at yesterday on at least on the futures market. Look at that. Look at that day. So bouncy. So much volume. I mean, you really can't ask for much better than that, other than today to reverse and go higher. That would be fantastic. I would love that. That'd be so great if we could do that. GLD. Distribution day count, Rob. I think we're at last time I checked, we were at 3 to 4. So we're still we're still fine. We're still in healthy territory. Yeah. So I'm going and I'm checking right now. I think it was 3 and 4. So 4 on the Nasdaq, 3 on the S&P. So we're still in pretty healthy territory. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so I wouldn't be freaking out here. I mean, you get we had a couple weird days the other day where things were kind of eh. But I mean, look at your leaders. You don't have, I mean, Netflix broke down, but that's just a singular story. Um, Obviously, I'm looking at it from the top down, so things are going to look, pretty. But even if you go from the bottom up, Overstock came in. Um, about 6 and 7. About 6 and 7 now. The last time they called marketing correction, it was on a pretty low distribution day count, which I was a little surprised by that it was as low as it was. So I don't know if they're revamping some of their distribution day count stuff, but yeah, I'm not super worried at all. I mean, look at the volume yesterday on the futures. That's bullish. You've got the big spikes on the green. Big spikes on the green, so there's not much. And they take their time in the stock market. They have to accumulate ultra large positions, and so it takes a while for them to do that. So when they get these drops down and they eat it up, that's always a good sign. It means that those institutions are still interested. One of the hallmarks of potentially weakening market is a lot of distribution days very quickly. Remember our other top over here, I still have the arrows. We had 4 distribution days in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So 4 out of 9 days we had stalling and or distribution days. So that's where you get a little worrisome. We don't have that here. We did have a couple in a row. I think I have to go back and actually check. Let me go back to. So I think this day would have been 7/16. I think that would have been a distribution day. And their headline was, "Why a fourth NASDAQ distribution day was not bearish." And even here, 4 on the NASDAQ, 3 on the S&P. So I don't think this even counted here as a distribution day. I wish they'd list the distribution days. They used to. They don't anymore. So distribution days actually expire as well. I think it's after 13 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So this was our follow-through day, if I believe. And I don't know when our first distribution day was. It may have been 6/25. So let me see if I can go back to 6/25. Two on the NASDAQ, 1 on the S&P at this time right there. So may have been 6/11 was our first distribution day. No, they have 3 distribution days on the NASDAQ on that day. So, yeah, without going day by day, it's hard to say exactly where we had these, but so that right there is a pretty obvious. We can do this. This will be a good exercise for a little bit. Where are the distribution days? Because, yeah, keep in mind, they don't go based off of the futures. So this would have been another one, 6/25. I think we just figured that one out. '24, '23. Any stalling days? I don't see any stalling days really. 7/16. I think that was one too. So you can see here they're spaced out a little bit. Come on, go away. I think my kid's up. So 3, there's a 4th distribution day here. I'm not. You can just Google distribution days. Some guy keeps a list. List of distribution days. There's a guy in a blog somewhere that actually keeps a list of this stuff. I can't find it. Anyway, you can see we're pretty, we got 3. There's a 4th one hidden here somewhere. What about this following day on 7/17? I don't think that was one. All right. Yeah, there's a hidden fourth one somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is. I can't just go. Their website. I hate their website. Hate it. All right, so 7. Okay, I want to find it now. Now I'm gonna find it. Okay, 2 as of 7/5. Okay, so the hidden distribution is between here and there. Oh, the next day. What was the next? Okay, the volumes doesn't show it. At least on my chart, it's the next day. Okay, so there's our distribution day count. So 1 there, 2 there, 1 there. That's better. Want to succeed? Put in a 37-hour workday, says this top CEO. That's going to be difficult. He was retired from Fox F. We're familiar with that one. Okay. All right, let's go check out stuff. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Take a break before the Crypto Power Hour. Beyond Meat looks like it's doing pretty good in terms of volume. Looks like it's trying to come back. Sold off a little bit earlier today. Just right there. Just a little bit, not a lot. Coming right back. Hopefully we'll continue with a move. Volume already almost equal with yesterday. 1.7 million shares. Already at 1.3. So hopefully we should easily eclipse yesterday's. And maybe we'll see Beyond Meat at the top of my list. It's already at the top of my list, so never mind. UPLD pays still up here. Match.com kind of chopping up its nice follow-through day here. INSG Qualisys doing pretty good. A Biomed. I don't have any cash left, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But that one looks good. Cyber doing pretty good up here. Trying to nice comeback yesterday. Pretty low volume, unfortunately. But you can see we kind of ended the day in a bull flag. Following through a little bit today, but the market's pretty choppy this morning. So not a lot to do there. But 121, definitely get back into bull flag territory. So that's good for that name. LK is one. Hopefully can bounce here in the next few days. I think I have like 18 days on this thing, which is awesome. Yeah, July 26th. So I've got a week. I guess I got a week. A week for this thing to get up to 21. That was kind of my play for that one. Etsy still tightening up right there, which is fine. Shopify up 1%. You suck. And it's probably my internet that sucks. Oh. Yeah, just do what you want to do there. That's fine. So there's Shopify coming back down off of a breakout into new highs. Not so good, but at least is pulling back in lower volume. GH, unable to get going. IIPR, ServiceNow, looks very good. FoxF, that's where that CEO came from. Anik. Probably will pop on earnings. 7:24 after market. So next Wednesday for Anik. INCY. This guy looks like it's, I don't know, hopefully putting in a bottom for the handle. There's a cup and handle pattern here. Hopefully, maybe it's done putting in a handle. A couple of days right there, 4 or 5 days, sitting around the $80 level, popping up today, but we're still a little bit light in terms of volume this morning, and pretty choppy, trying to bounce out of here. So INCY looking pretty good, nice cup and handle, but not a lot going on there. Roku trying to bounce back out of the doldrums. Atlassian, NBev, Cisco trying to work its way higher. Hasn't jumped up yet. Not sure if it will. Carvana, Sherman-Williams. Constellation Brands stalling into recent little breakout territory. Disney still stalling. OKE stalling. Grifols stalling. MJ stalling. Kiwi. It looks like it's trying to fail that flag, or at least trying to test the low. Intuit, kind of a light volume rise. Square. You still healthy up here? Square's still looking good so far. Nothing really wrong with Square. Hopefully we got a nice run out of that. NSC, Snap, pulling back in the channel. Whoops, ESNT. Huya failed that weird cup and handle. Netflix, you're dead to me. Huya is probably dead to me as well. Yeah, Huya's dead. What just happened? ESNT is probably close to getting dead. Okay, I'm not trying to edit stuff here. Tilray. This one's dead. I'm not even sure why you're still up here. GLD. Another low for the day. Not very encouraging. Volume's a little bit heavy, but I think it'll bounce back. As long as we stay above our trend line, we're going to be okay. So it has a long way it can go down here. Ameren. Okay. I kind of want to take this off of here, but I don't want to lose track of it. I know if I do, I will. Overstock pulling in today. Fairly heavy volume, too. Not very tight action up here. I'm not super encouraged by that, but this thing can have some really good days, so I guess keep that in mind. Gold. Oh, wow. Bottom just fell out of gold right there. See if it gets picked up. 134 or not. Maybe that's a spike bottom. Hopefully. And it's not bouncing up pretty high. Pretty big spike down. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good day. I will see you. Will I see you tomorrow? Today's Friday, so I won't see you tomorrow. All right. I will see you guys on Monday then. Have a good weekend, or I'll see you later in the Power Hour. So, bye-bye, guys. Have a good day.